One of the goals of many aspiring readers at the beginning of every year is that they want to read more books and establish a reading habit, but often they don't know how to do so. Well, this is where this video comes in. For those that are new to the channel, my name is Orn and I love to read and share the information that I've learned from the books that I've read. And today I'm going to talk about how to create a reading habit. Now, this list isn't extensive and it's aimed to give an introduction for those beginners that are looking to create a reading habit. The first thing that I recommend to avid readers is to pick books that interest you. Now, this might seem a bit simplistic, but I think many make the mistake of going to the bestsellers list to pick out their books to read, where in fact you should be choosing books that pique your interest. When I started reading, and even to this day, I still do avoid certain genres of books because they don't pique my interest. And this also goes for non-fiction books in the self-development space, because some of them are quite frankly useless. The best way to start is to ask yourself whether there is a skill or topic that you want to improve on, and then read a book or a selection of books in that topic so that you can improve and put it into practice. The second point is to schedule in your reading. Now, discipline is key for every habit, but for reading, it's very much the case. In order to establish a reading habit, doing it at the same time every single day is a great way to start. What I recommend for new readers is 15 minutes a day, whether that's in the morning or in the evening. That is dependent on your personal schedule. 15 minutes done consistently over a 20-day period will mean that you'll finish the average non-fiction book, which is over 300 pages. That means in a year you're reading upwards of 18 books. Now that's pretty good considering that you're only reading 15 minutes a day. I read in the mornings for two reasons. I'm more alert, and two, there is less distractions. And I encourage you to find a time in the morning so that you can read and you're not distracted. I use an app called Bookly to track my reading statistics, and I also have a specific note-taking method to get the most out of every single book that I read. I'll put the link in the description to that video that I've created. The third point is to listen to audiobooks. Now, I know there are some select few people out there that claim audiobooks aren't the same as reading, but I disagree. We can learn so much by listening as well as reading on a page. The advantage of listening to audiobooks is that you could be in the car commuting, you could be cleaning, you could be exercising and listening to an audiobook. So you're killing two birds with one stone and you're making the most of the time that you have. I personally use Audible for my audiobooks, but I know for some that can be quite expensive. I have used other services such as Otto Radio in the past, but I found Audible to be the best. The fourth point is actually a direct question that you need to ask yourself before establishing any habit, or for that matter, any book. When it comes to establishing a reading habit, it's important to know why you're reading. Is it for learning or is it for escapism? If it's for learning, then there is a specific route that you must go down in order to get the most out of every book that you read. Having a structured reading routine with a note-taking structure is the best way to get the most out of every book that you read. If, however, you're treating reading for escapism, then I would definitely recommend sticking to fiction. If you're reading non-fiction as a form of escapism, then I would consider that to be a complete waste of time unless you're reading, let's say, history or another form of non-fiction that's not educational. I would say this is my top tip for starting a reading habit, and before every book, is being clear on why you are reading it. Be clear on why you're reading every book before you start it. That's it. That's my tips for establishing a reading habit. Let me know in the comments whether you found this video helpful, and don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next video.